When can you drive after a hip replacement? It's one of the commonest questions that I get asked because it's something that's so important to most of us. We all want to be independent and not to be a burden on our family and friends, so getting back to driving is a big part of that. Let's look at the legal stuff first. In the UK we have the DVLA, or the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency. It maintains the registration and licensing of drivers and vehicles. You don't need to tell the DVLA if you've had a hip replacement, unless your surgeon or doctor tells you you can't drive for 3 months or longer. That's really unlikely after a straightforward operation without any major complications. What about insurance? Well, it's a good idea to let your insurance company know you've had surgery, because they might have something in the policy that requires you to do this. Better to be safe than sorry. So let's move on to the practical stuff. Most people who've had a hip replacement stop taking strong painkillers after a couple of weeks. You should be sleeping much better by then, so you'll feel more alert. Even so, this is probably too soon to start driving for most people. Your reaction time will definitely be increased. Pain and stiffness might inhibit you from forcefully pressing the brake pedal, which will compromise your ability to do an emergency stop. In my experience, it takes about 4 to 6 weeks to be ready to take the controls and drive safely again. By then, you should be what I call independently mobile. This means moving reasonably freely without the need for a walking stick or a crutch. What's the best way to start? Well, my advice is this. Open the car door as wide as possible and push the seat back as far as it will go. Put a carrier bag on the seat so that you can slide in more easily. Lower yourself in slowly and carefully so that you don't twist your hip too much. A car cane is useful here. This is a thing that fits into the hoop on the B pillar behind the door. It's part of the door lock, and it helps you to control your body as you get in and out. It's also got a light, a blade to cut your seatbelt, and a hammer to break the window if you happen to drive into deep water, but I don't recommend you do that. Once you're in, adjust the seat and get your breath back. Rehearse all of the movements that you need to drive. Steering, pedals and gears. If you feel confident, go for a short drive. Don't be too ambitious. Stick to roads that you know where there's plenty of light and it's not too much traffic. Do an emergency stop somewhere safe and practice getting into and out of the car a few times. If you go to a car park, make sure you park at the end of a row where the door isn't obstructed. For the next 3 or 4 weeks, don't drive for more than an hour at a time because you'll feel a bit sore and tired. If you have to go on a longer journey, take plenty of breaks. It's all just common sense really, and before too long you won't give it a second thought. If you've got any concerns, it's always best to check with your surgeon for advice that's specific to you. Well, I hope that was helpful. If you'd like to know anything about hip surgery, then please get in touch. The details are below in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time.